Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and we have another kit review for you today, which you obviously know already by the title. Today is Tuesday the 9th of August 2022, and it is very, very warm indeed. So warm I can't do any painting. I've tried using some super glue and it just sets as soon as you get it out. So it's like, ugh, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I thought I'd do a little kit review. As some of you know, I went to a model show in Thornbury, the IPMS Avon show, north of Bristol on Sunday. Met up with Paul there from Plastic Monkey and his wife Sue from Ice Queen 7. Their lifelong friend Chris from Chris Conabare from Rally Car Miniatures, and Paul's son Josh. And we had a good day looking around. We all bought a few bits and pieces, and as you know, if you saw Sue's live stream on Sunday night, we all did our sort of what we got at the show, our reveal, our show and tell session. So that was good. One of the kits I got was the Bismarck 15cm secondary gun. So on the starboard turret, or the starboard 2 turret it's called. And as you know, I've got it because I'm building this one at the moment. This is what I'm working on right now. This is the Bruno Turret, the B turret, the second one back from the bow. You've got Anton, Bruno, Caesar, and then Dora right at the back. So that's the main turret, and you can see it's coming on really, really nicely. As you can see, I've been doing the photo etch doors, but as I say, the glue is just drying as soon as it gets near anything. So I put it into my little dispenser. As you know, I'm using this black stuff which is slow drying, and it's just it's so warm it's just drying almost immediately. And as soon as you get a small amount on the model or a bit on the photo etch, it's just dry. So can't really carry on with that, it's too warm. May do it later on at night or get the aircon on or something. So less waffling, here's the kit. This is it here. This is the 15cm SKC28 Battleship Bismarck BB2 starboard 2 turret, whatever that means. I don't know, but it's a starboard number 2 turret. I don't know what the BB2 means, and I don't know what the SKC28 means. It's probably the manufacturer. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments below. So it's a detailed plastic model, one type of marking, which is wrong because there's no markings at all. PE parts included and the base is included. So what you're actually getting is what you see on the box. It will look like this when it's finished. This is not a toy intended for collectors of 14 inches of ready for assemble precision model kit. So you can see on the side of the box here what you're getting, and basically this is a section of the side of the ship. This here is the outer wall of the hull. Okay, so this is the side of the hull. This is the ship's railing along the outside edge. So that is actually a section of the hull, and as you can see here, they've included the camber on the deck, which is a nice touch because you don't get that on the Trumpeter 200 scale kit. You may try and add it, but there we go. And then look around the end of the box here, we've got basically the same image. I got this, it was $29.99. Got this from Mainly Military Models from Phil. Thank you, Phil. And that was a nice little purchase. And basically got a very, very simple layout of what we've got in there, and it's not much at all. You can see here we've got the Yamato turret, which we've already done. We've got the Bismarck Bruno turret, which you've just seen, which we're on now. And there's a couple of turrets here in 35th scale. Another kit I've got on order from Models for Sale from Vince is the 35th scale 15.5cm secondary turret from Yamato. And I was due to pick that up on Sunday, but unfortunately Vince wasn't at the show. He had a bit of a crisis. His mum ended up in hospital and his kitchen was flooded. So hope everything's good with you, Vince, and hope your mum's all well very soon. So getting the box open, we can see there's not much in here at all. Not much for you to look at. A couple of small sprues. Got the base there. We've got the actual turret itself. Oops, throwing it around. We've got another sprue there with the base of the turret. That looks like it's the is that part of the internals, or is that part of the that's part of the base by the look of it. So there we go. And then we've got the instructions in here with some photo etch and what they call rope, but it's actually a bit of nylon fishing line you can see in there. So I'm going to try and get this video done in one with no editing. This is actually the second time I filmed this, to be honest. You may be able to see this bag is already open. The reflection I had off this manual was just ridiculous. So we'll leave that in there. You can see basically on there we've got the photo etch, and it's just basically some small little eyelet type things, which I don't know what they are. I think they go around the blast bags perhaps, but at least it hasn't got the photo etch railings, which is horrible on the Yamato and it's horrible on the Bismarck. They've done these railings in photo etch. It's like, why? You know, why do you give us some plastic uprights? Photo etch is too two-dimensional for something this scale. So anyway, so it's telling us in here we've got applying decals, removing PE, which is great because there's no decals in here. We've got the parts layout there, and you've got the photo etch down there. So going straight into the build, we're going to build up the rangefinders with closed doors, and then here we've got some boxes going on the top. God knows what they are, but they're probably ammunition boxes for something or other. And then we've got some steps going in the back. We'll probably make those out of brass wire in the end. And then here we're building up the can't think of the word now for the gun, but it's basically the back of the end of the gun. I'm sure someone will tell me 50 times over in the comment. I can't remember the breech. That's it. Thank you. That's the breech of the gun. And then we've got the actual the rings there. I think that's bearing holders or something going into the base. So it's very, very similar to the Bruno. And then we've got the same thing there. So we'll get those in, get them filled. We'll do that first, and then we can get those all filled with Mr. Surfacer, get them all cured, and then they'll look lovely. And then moving more onto the base, we're adding the plastic stanchions. Thank you, Takom, for giving us plastic stanchions. Adding in the nylon rope there, which will probably be absolutely fine. Bit of super glue in there. The nylon, the fishing line type rope is great, I think, for straight lines, but it won't sort of go around sharp corners. It may be able to bend it, I don't know, but I'd rather use wire for that. I'm going to use some nickel silver wire. And then over the page here, we're going to build up the gun, the same as we've done with other two turrets. Add the blast bags, and then just finally put it all together. And then here we've got our colour call out. So we've only got one colour call out in here, and we've got the deck going in brown, we've got the blast bags in white, and then we've got the light grey for the turret. I wouldn't bother about reading about these colours, they're probably all wrong. I prefer to use for the upper structure, my chosen paint is this one, which is, I've got air written on it. LP34 is my chosen colour, and I think it looks very, very good for the colour. You can see on here, on the Bismarck B turret, you can see that it's a very, very light grey, and if you look at the real ship, you'll see that it's almost white in the photographs. It is very light, and the correct colour for the hull is something like XF19, which I've got here, and the actual superstructure is lighter than the hull. So you can see this is the XF19, and there is the LP34. So I think you'll agree, very, very close indeed. So there we go. And also, if you're going to build this weathered, go a little bit careful with your weathering, because as we know, she didn't last very long, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it. So let's have a look in here. We've got this sprue here, has the blast bag and everything in it. Where's the opening? Here it is. And I say I will be building this probably next. I want to get on with the Lancaster, but the weather's not helping. So here we've got the actual base of the turret. You can see it's fairly small. And then we've got the barbette, that's the word I was looking for. That's the barbette that's going to go into the base. We've got the bearer rings going in the top. So unlike the Bismarck, the rings go all the way around the barbette. The Bismarck one only has them in a couple of places. And then we've got our blast bags there. You can see we've got a nicely moulded texture on there for the cloth. So very nice indeed. Very, very simple little kit. Here we've got the main turret itself, which is tiny. You can also get this in 35th scale if you wish, but I would rather keep the scale the same. I've bought the 35th scale Yamato turret, as I say, because I want, or Yamato should I say, I want that to, because it's a beautiful looking turret, it's got lots going on the top of it. So you can see here, slide moulded, beautifully done. You can see we've got the moulding on there, we've got the doors on the back, and we've got the indents there for the steps going up. As I say, I'll probably do those in brass. These areas here on the side are where the rangefinders go. We've got some rivets here, rivet detail, and then we've got that little flange on the front there is moulded in. For some reason on the Bismarck one they felt they had to do it in photo etch. I don't know why, but they did. Got the sights doors there for the periscopes. So yeah, very nice indeed. We've got some big positive rivet detail on the top there. And if we, as I say, if we put it next to this one, you can see it's tiny. It's tiny in comparison. So yeah, very nice, lovely little kit. We've got the base with the moulded on plank detail, and as you can see, I don't need to get it out of the bag. You can see we've got the moulded on plank detail, and we've also got some ends to the plank as well, which we don't have on the other one. So that'll make the deck look a bit more interesting. So we can do some clever little work with that and make that look pretty. You all seem to be really impressed with my wooden deck work, so thank you very much for that. So where we go with this one? Let's get this bag open. These are our final two sprues. on there. These are our final two sprues. They're both identical, sprue B, and as you can see, we have got, for those that don't like doing half works, you know, we've got slide molded barrels with open ends, so they're very nice. And we can see here how tiny these are compared to the main gun barrels. You can see they're tiny. So very cute little thing, and a great part next to it. We've got our bearing rings there. We've got some doors or covers there for those toolbox type things, whatever they are. And we've got the sides to the toolboxes there. We've got some little tiny, there's our stanchions there, tiny little stanchions there for the railings around the sides. And then we've got some little tiny pieces there. We've got those steps, as I say, I'll probably make those out of brass, although they do sort of come out and then go down. I've never found an accurate way to make those repeatedly so they all look the same. Maybe we'll look into doing something. We've got pivots there for the breeches, and then we've got a tiny little lever or something there under my finger, whatever that is. So yeah, very, very simple little kit indeed. Very, very quick build. What I do like about these kits, you spend a few hours working on it and then you throw the box away because there's nothing left. You can spend 3 hours working on one of these and you've got like a couple of bits left on one sprue, that's it. I think this will even be quicker than that. The longest part of this build is going to be painting the deck, I think. So anyway, thanks for looking. That has been a review of this little kit. You see, tiny little base, tiny little turret. It's going to be quite an interesting little display, I think. Put it alongside the other one. And just to give you an idea of scale, I have here, which Paul kindly did for me, for the Yamato turret. This is a Japanese pilot, and he's painted his suit in white for me to make it look a bit more sort of navy-like. But he's, you can see, when we think of these tiny little guns, that's just how tiny they are. They're massive, really. So there we go. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon with a build of this, and I may do part 1 of this one before I get part 3 of the B turret out, because as I said, I can't bloody do anything. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.